Hey everyone, what's going on? Press Reset Earth here. So I've been doing a lot of research into this whole Flight 370 situation, and after connecting the dots and doing a lot of detailed research, I have come to a conclusion that I believe is groundbreaking. So just bear with me, guys, because I'll be going over a lot of information in this video, and I'll be connecting a lot of the different dots. So also, I'll leave links in the description below so you guys can look at this a little further. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about this sighting in the Maldives. And this is the original article that published this eyewitness report. And it was out of Haviru Online, which is a newspaper, a local newspaper in the Maldives. So, eyewitnesses claim that they saw a Boeing 777, and these are multiple eyewitnesses, mind you. They saw a Boeing 777 flying north to southeast, and it looked exactly like Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, and it was seen at 6:15 a.m. local time. Now, a lot of the research surrounding this sighting in the Maldives, pushes this theory that it was seen in the Maldives and it must have gone to Diego Garcia. Now, I do believe that this plane is probably at Diego Garcia. But this sighting in the Maldives does not make any sense because the researchers that looked into the situation claimed that the timetables were perfect and that it takes exactly 5 hours to get from here, where the plane was last contacted, to the Maldives, and it was seen exactly 5 hours later in the Maldives. So it lost contact here at around 1:15 a.m. local time, and then it was seen here exactly 5 hours later at 6:15 a.m. local time. And it would make sense because it's about 5 hours away. But these researchers didn't incorporate the different time zones. It's that simple. They didn't notice the fact that this is in a time zone that's 3 hours different, and it was seen 8 hours later. Okay, and I proved that in a previous video. I mean, it doesn't really take much proof. It's just common sense. The time zones were wrong. So that theory, or at least the evidence backing up that theory, is wrong. And not only that, if you hijack a plane, or if you're flying any plane to anywhere, why would you go, if your destination is Diego Garcia, why would you fly hundreds of miles north of Diego Garcia and then take a sharp turn this way? That doesn't make any sense. So, what could these eyewitnesses have possibly seen going in this direction from north to southeast about 8 hours later, after the plane lost contact over here in Malaysia, and looked exactly like Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 to the T? What could they have been seeing? What was this? This plane, this Boeing 777. Well, let's see. What is in this direction? What is in this area over here? Let's see here, folks. Well, let's see. What's this? A little country called Israel, okay? And why do I highlight and bring up Israel? Well, maybe because they had an exact replica of flight MH370 sitting in Tel Aviv. Yeah, that's right, Tel Aviv, Israel. And this has already been confirmed by multiple other researchers, such as Dabu7 and others. And as you can see here, it was delivered on October 21st, 2013, and then stored on November 4th, 2013. And right here is the city, Tel Aviv, okay? And before that, it was in Lourdes, France, okay? So, this company, GA Telesis, purchased this other replica of the Boeing 777, the one identical to Malaysian Airlines 370. And these are pictures of the replica down here. And as you can see here, the previous owner was Malaysia Airlines. I mean, come on, folks. Boeing manufactures these things in sets of two. So there's only one other plane exactly like MH370. The only difference between the two is the serial numbers. So they make them in sets of two. They're exactly alike. And it just so happens the twin is in Israel just a few months before. I mean, folks, Israel is 100% behind this whole situation. You know, this isn't the only piece of evidence I'm going to show you that points toward the Zionist nation, okay? And if you want more information regarding the twin Boeing 777, you can check out Dabu7's video. I'll leave it in the description below, a link for it. And also you can check out this article out of Earthling's blog and WordPress to get more details on that. But let's just look again at this company, GA Telesis, okay? This is the company that purchased the twin model back in April of 2013 and then had it delivered to Lourdes, France, and then had it delivered to Tel Aviv, Israel in November. And looking further into that company, it's highly connected with George Soros, who's another shady figure. And I'll leave this link in the description as well. A very fine article written by Yuichi Shimatsu on Rents.com. And, I mean, there's so much information in this. And this guy, Abdul Mowberry, was the owner of GA Telesis. And he actually worked for Soros back in the day, prior to his term at Skywatch. He worked there too before GA Telesis, and he worked for Soros. I mean, these guys are all in it together, and definitely something sketchy going on here. I mean, needless to say, I mean, do I really even have to? I mean, it's just unbelievable. And by the way, Israel is stationed at Diego Garcia. Okay? And they have these submarines called Dolphins. And they got in trouble for launching missiles at a South Korean frigate sub. And there was a big, uproar about it. And these Dolphins actually ported from Diego Garcia when that occurred. And Diego Garcia just has a totally sketchy history. I mean, this island was leased from the UK to the US. I believe it was back in the 40s. And the US actually kicked a bunch of the indigenous people off the island. And at first, they wouldn't leave the island. So you know what they did? They gassed the people's pets with exhaust fumes from the trucks and from the vehicles they were using. They put all the people's pets, I mean, into like a warehouse and gassed them all. And they did that as a fear tactic, to get the people out of there. And most of these people were transported to India, and they didn't have any skills when it came to the economy of India. They all became homeless. Okay? I mean, that's the type of people that we're dealing with here that run Diego Garcia. The US, the UK, and Israel. I mean, can you get any more New World Order? Can you get any more Black Sun, upside down pentagram, Satan worshipping? Okay? The people that run these countries, these empires, are just straight up evil, all right? And obviously Israel here is antagonist number one. I mean, they had their fingerprints all over 9/11. I mean, all over this situation. I mean, it just screams Israel. I mean, all the propaganda surrounding it. I mean, we have the two Iranians with the stolen passports, this propaganda being pushed on us, and obviously Israel is foaming at the mouth to nuke Iran. So, is this going to be a false flag that's going to be blamed on Iran? Maybe. And obviously you can see here the the two photos of these characters are photoshopped. This guy has the same legs as this guy. I mean, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. It's like, and then also we have Israel closing all their embassies worldwide, and this is literally just a couple weeks after the whole Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 situation. So, I mean, if that's not sketchy, I don't know what is. And they claimed that it's because the diplomats are on strike. I mean, come on, folks. If you believe that, I got a bridge that I'd like to sell you for cheap. So, again, Israel all over this situation. It's just so obvious. And so let's go over again what we have learned here today so far. We know that this plane, this twin plane from Israel, was seen going in this direction toward Diego Garcia. I believe that it was landed there at Diego Garcia with the intent of switching it up, doing a good old bait and switch with the actual flight MH370. And I just want to do a quick recap of how we know that the real flight MH370 is at Diego Garcia. First of all, we know that it lost contact over here in this area, going in this direction. Okay? We also know that the plane was broadcasting the engine data for 4 to 7 hours. And that puts it right in the time frame of landing at Diego Garcia. 4 to 7 hours. We also know, and this is the big smoking gun, we have this article out of the Malaysia Insider. And it's titled U.S. Military Base, South Asian Airports, and MH370 Pilot Simulator Says Paper. So this guy had Diego Garcia programmed into his simulator at his house. I mean, even the average pilot doesn't have a flight simulator that they practice on all the time. This guy was obsessed with something, and I believe it was getting this job done. I think he's a paid mercenary. And it says right here, 3 airports in India, Sri Lanka, and 1 belonging to U.S. military base in Diego Garcia. All have a runway length of 100 or 1,000 meters. And, yeah, this guy had it programmed into his flight simulator. I mean, what more do you need? This is the smoking gun evidence they don't want you to see, all right? This is the reason why there's so much disinformation surrounding the Diego Garcia situation, because they don't want you to look at the real stuff, okay? That's why we have this what I believe is a hoax photo of this guy Philip Wood doing a selfie because he hit a cell phone in his ass. I mean, folks, it's this kind of outrageous stuff that they want people looking at instead of the real hard evidence, all right? I mean, you know, I did a previous video about that, the Philip Wood photo, and I got a lot of flack for it so far. I put it out just a few days ago, and, you know, I go over the fact that I think it's a hoax, and I make a lot of good points, at least I think I do, and it just doesn't add up. I guess it's possible. It's possible that, you know, that it's for real. But I mean, it just doesn't add up. And either way, it adds credence to the Diego Garcia theory, because if it's real, obviously the guy's in Diego Garcia, and you know that's where he is, and that's where all the passengers are. And if it's fake, if it's disinfo, it's perpetrated by the government, because they were able to manipulate the coordinates of the photo, which is pretty difficult. It can be done by a civilian, but it's pretty difficult to do. And it was put out as disinfo to discredit the real information pointing toward Diego Garcia, okay? These people are masters of deception, all right? You got to remember that, all right? These people, it's all about smoke and mirrors, bells and whistles, all right? It's about confusing everybody and just making everything look, all the real stuff look outrageous and also misguiding people. It's just a total shit show of deception. All right, that's what these people are masters of. So we have this, which is smoking gun to me. It really is. We also have the fact that this guy's family left home the day before the flight left. I mean, this guy's family took off. This guy's a paid mercenary, all right? He's Zionist controlled. This is all Israel, all right? So, that's what we have going on here, folks. And just to recap, we have the plane from Israel, the twin plane, coming in this direction, sighted in the Maldives, and I believe was heading toward Diego Garcia, landed there. And then we also have the Flight 370, which lost contact right here in Malaysia, then headed in this direction 4 to 7 hours, and I believe landed in Diego Garcia as well. And I think they brought these two planes to this location to do an old bait and switch, because I think they're going to use it for a false flag, all right? And there's plenty of reasons why they would do this. First of all, I'm sure the twin plane, the one stored in Israel, needed months to years of prep time. So they were probably, arming it with DU-tipped munitions, high-temperature explosives, stealth cloaking, state-of-the-art avionics, fake evidence that it's from Malaysia, so, making it look like flight MH370, its twin, and exchanging the crew uniforms, the dead bodies, whatever they got to do to make this thing look, as real as possible. And I think they're going to use it for a false flag, and I think it's all Israel, okay? And I think they're going to blame Iran for it, all right? I think they're going to blame those two Iranian passengers. That's why we're seeing all over the news, well, at least we were, this Iranian connection. So, and it's also possible that they may pull this, they may pull out, and they may abandon this mission because it has been exposed pretty thoroughly. And you got to remember, there's always two reasons to why they pull off these attacks. Not only do we have the connection with Iran to possibly blame this on them, so Israel has a reason to invade Iran or nuke them, but we also have those 20 Freescale Semiconductor employees, and that all connects to Rothschild, the Carlyle Group, a bunch of different stuff. And it's important to understand that these people, they always pull off these big false flags, the big ones. There's always multiple reasons why they do this. There's always multiple intentions behind it. For instance, 9/11, it wasn't only to invade Afghanistan and the rest of the Middle East. It was also to destroy Building 7 because of the FBI documents there. It was also to there was gold stored at the World Trade Center that they wanted to destroy or steal secretly. I forget the story behind that, but there was also the domestic agenda to take away the people's rights in America. There's always multiple reasons why they pull off these big ones, all right? They don't just do it for one reason. So that's important to understand as well. So, yeah, and I should be doing another video about these Freescale Semiconductor employees as well. So stay tuned for that, as well as any other updates regarding this whole Flight MH370 situation. So, yeah, share this video with your friends. I think the information I present here is pretty important and does a pretty good job at exposing this. So please share this with people. And also, if you like what you see, you can thumbs up this video and check out my channel a little further and maybe subscribe. Other than that, just stay up, guys, and stay informed. Eyes open. Peace.